Behold, the 2026 Dodge Demon X Rapture Edition, a vehicle so ludicrous, so unhinged, and so cosmically powerful that it was allegedly banned in 19 dimensions and outlawed in 38 states before the first prototype even left the underground Hyperforge in Area 96, a classified facility where NASA engineers, rogue AI, and one exorcist reportedly collaborated to tame its engine with sacred glyphs and quantum math. The Demon X, as insiders call it in hushed tones and encrypted Discord servers, is not merely a car but a metaphysical event wrapped in carbon fiber and sin, boasting a twin supercharged, quad-turbo, hydrogen-fused V16 power plant that produces an estimated 2,666 horsepower at idle, with torque figures so extreme that Dodge had to invent a new number, snarl torque, to measure it, because existing scales began to scream and melt during early dyno tests. This is not a car for humans, it's a spiritual reckoning on wheels. The throttle is rumored to be connected directly to the driver's adrenal glands via biometric sensors in the seat, reacting not to foot pressure but raw intention, which means if you so much as think about acceleration, the demon will already be 3 zip codes away, dragging reality behind it like an uncombed ponytail in a hurricane. The engineers, most of whom now live in isolation, muttering equations into rain-soaked journals, say the Demon X is built from a proprietary alloy called helium, forged under the gravitational pressure of a simulated neutron star using dark matter as flux. The body is covered in adaptive paint that changes color based on speed, temperature, and your deepest secrets. At rest, it's obsidian black, above 120 miles per hour, it turns iridescent blood red, and if you manage to cross 300 miles per hour, which you will, it shifts into invisible, because at that point the laws of optics simply give up. The headlights, not LEDs, not lasers, miniature suns, created in a lab, stabilized with magnetic fields, and fueled by the concentrated hatred of defeated rivals. The Demon's exhaust system is made of folded titanium matrices that resonate at a frequency banned by the Geneva Convention, known to induce spontaneous muscle growth and existential doubt in bystanders. During tests, the roar of the engine knocked satellites out of orbit and briefly reactivated a Cold War missile silo in North Dakota. Inside, the cabin is less a cockpit and more a ritual chamber, stitched in demonhide leather ethically sourced from parallel universes, Dodge claims, with control panels carved from obsidian touchscreens that respond to voice, eye movement, or screams. There's no gear shifter. There's a bone-white rune etched into the console, and to engage drive, you must place your palm on it and recite a short incantation, conveniently provided in the owner's manual, which is written in Latin, Sanskrit, and binary. The steering wheel is rumored to be made from the remains of a downed alien craft, covered in alcantara so soft it registers as a whisper on touch sensors. The HUD doesn't show speed, it shows warnings from the Department of Temporal Stability. The seats feature memory foam that literally remembers your past lives, adjusting posture based on karmic residue, and they vibrate in sync with your chakras as the Demon enters hyperspeed. It doesn't stop there. The 2026 Demon is the first car to feature the Tactical Boost Interface (TBI), a red button on the dash that, when pressed, deploys a secondary combustion chamber fueled by liquefied ego and synthesizes enough thrust to bend local time. Dodge insists it's street legal, in theory, but pressing the TBI button initiates a 10-second countdown while the car scans the surrounding area for witnesses, low-flying aircraft, and vulnerable tectonic plates. Once activated, the Demon doesn't so much accelerate as teleport violently, leaving behind a shockwave, a faint smell of ozone, and often a new crater. Dodge tested the TBI on the Bonneville Salt Flats and inadvertently created a small rift in time, through which a T-Rex emerged, looked around, and then fled. The TBI is only available in track mode, which is actually a misnomer. Track is short for interdimensional tracking, a special mode where the Demon uses its onboard AI, codenamed Cerberus, to predict every conceivable racing line across multiple planes of existence. Cerberus, developed in secret by former CERN developers and trained on ancient scrolls as well as F1 telemetry, has a personality. It will argue with you. It will ask you what your goals are. It will deny access to launch control if it thinks you're not emotionally ready. But if you earn its respect, usually by surviving a triple drift around a collapsing black hole at 400 miles per hour, it will unlock Judgment Mode, wherein the car's weight is reduced to zero using onboard gravitational dampeners, and all 4 tires made of a rubber composite infused with meteorite dust and despair begin to glow faintly as the car hovers just above the road, laughing softly to itself. And yes, it has tires. But they're not tires in the traditional sense. They're grav drift rings, developed in partnership with SpaceX and forged from recycled Tesla Roadsters retrieved from solar orbit. Each one has an internal gyroscope that realigns every millisecond based on Earth's magnetic field, allowing the Demon to maintain grip even while cornering at 9 gigaseconds. That's right, 9 gigaseconds, the same force that causes fighter pilots to black out. That's why Dodge includes a custom G-suit with every purchase, complete with a built-in catheter and IV drip of Monster Energy and holy water. Fuel economy, irrelevant. The Demon X doesn't use fuel in the conventional sense. It consumes a blend of synthetic rage, gamma-irradiated octane, and ghost pepper extract. Dodge states the car is capable of planet-to-planet range under ideal solar winds, and the EPA has simply written "SU" on all related paperwork. Emissions. Yes, emotional emissions, primarily envy, awe, and regret, emitted in a 50-foot radius around the vehicle. Insurance premiums are only quoted in Bitcoin, gold bullion, or uncut diamonds. And the sound? Oh, the sound. When the Demon starts, time slows for just a second. Birds fall silent, priests look up from their prayers. The exhaust note is so complex it has been analyzed by musicians and physicists alike, who discovered embedded within it a lost Beatles chord, 3 prime numbers, and the exact tone that causes goosebumps on demand. Dodge had to pay royalties to Led Zeppelin, the Vatican, and MIT to legally release the car with its factory audio profile intact. Dodge only plans to make 666 units, each hand-assembled by monks trained in both engine mechanics and necromancy. Buyers must sign a waiver, provide a DNA sample, and pass a lie detector test affirming they have nothing left to lose. And yes, they sell out instantly, usually to warlords, billionaires, and one guy in Ohio named Gary who won the car in a raffle and hasn't been seen since. So there it is, the 2026 Dodge Demon X Rapture Edition, a car that isn't just pushing boundaries, it's feeding them nitromethane and dropkicking them into another galaxy. You don't drive the Demon, you summon it, and if you're lucky, very lucky, it might let you live.